Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am playing again with the Distress Christmas 2022 release, but I am not making Christmas cards. I'm making popsicles. I'm so excited about this. But let's take a look at all the colors: Tart Cranberry, Winter Frost, Fresh Balsam, Merriment, Shiny Bauble, and Cocktail Party. They're gorgeous in the sprays and the crayons. The mica is just gorgeous in here. Here's a close-up look at the swatches for the crayons. I'm going to be using those today, as well as the sprays and the Snowfall Grit Paste. So here is a swatch of that. It is just like snow. It really is. It is a really unique product, and I had so much fun making popsicles with it today. So to make my popsicles, I am taking a large amount of the Snowfall Grit Paste. Just scooping it out of there feels so amazing. I love getting a big old glob of it. I am now adding 3 sprays of my Cocktail Party Mica Distress Spray, mixing that together in my little palette here. I feel like 3 sprays was 1 too many. So if you do this, try 2, you can always add more. Speaking of adding more, because I had too much spray, I decided I would add just a touch more of that grit paste. So mixing that in really gave it the look and consistency that I wanted. I don't want it to be too much more runny than the grit paste originally is. And it is so gorgeous. There it is, I had to test it out, a little swatch. And it is really cool that I can dye this. So I'm bringing in this Popsicle stencil from Trinity Stamps, and I'm going to put that onto just a regular piece of white cardstock. And I am then able to stencil on my colored paste, just like that. Now, I had a little trouble with my camera, and so I didn't show you the actual stenciling, but I will show you that in a minute. So I decided if 1 popsicle is good, 2 is better. So I did 2 squirts of the Merriment. I've got plenty of that Snowfall Grit Paste in there, and I'm just mixing it to my heart's content. I think my goal is to see if I can use up all that grit paste. I'm so excited that they have it in the bigger container, so I don't feel so scared to use it, right? I can use as much as I want and make popsicles all day. So here I am actually stenciling it, and you just want to go slow and try to just get a nice smooth even layer. You don't want to have any parts where the paste is too like not enough paste, it's too thin, then it will kind of be a little more translucent in that spot. So normally the Snowfall Grit Paste will dry clear, and so now with the color in it, it's not going to do that. It's going to dry pretty much just like that. Here they are, both dry side by side, and you can see that it is pretty much the same, and it does have the shimmer in it when you turn it in the light. There is a coordinating popsicle die set, so I decided instead of cutting these out, I would go ahead and try running them through my die machine, and it worked out really good, at least on this one. The one I did first. Look at all that shimmer. Woo, so gorgeous. Now here's the second one. I guess it wasn't all the way dry. Yeah, you should have heard the sounds coming from my stamp room. It was something like, no! But I decided I'm not going to fret. I'm going to fix it. So I put some glue there. I picked off the little piece that stuck to my die cutting plate when I tried to cut this out. And I did that with the second spot as well. And you really can't tell. You really cannot tell once it's dried. Now this die set has a little die that die cuts wood grain, but there's no paper. The gray two-toned wood grain, it is such a nice heavy weight. The wood grain is like perfection. I decided it would make the ultimate popsicle stick for my 2 popsicles. So I die cut it from that. I love how sturdy this paper is, and I am going to alter it slightly. But at first I thought, oh, I'm going to leave it just how it is. It's so gorgeous. We'll get back to that. Okay, so now we're going to make our own backgrounds. Well, I am. You get to watch. That's almost as fun. I'm taking the Shiny Bauble Distress Crayon and making a polka dot background. It's supposed to look very freeform, very hand-drawn, because it is. So I'm just coloring down the paper. My polka dot size, yes, it varies. The spacing, yeah, that varies too. But I had fun, and that's what matters. Now it's time to smear, which is my favorite part about Distress crayons. So I'm just like wetting my finger ever so slightly on a baby wipe and just kind of smearing these out. And, you know, at first I was like, what is this? Is this, am I gonna like this? I don't know. But in the end, I always tell myself just to keep going. And if I have an idea, I'm going to try it, because we're not going to know if we don't try something, right? So if I have the idea, I try it. And I just went for it, and I'm sharing it with you. So maybe this will spark some creativity somehow for you as well. And look at the shine on that. So cool that it still has that little shine of the mica. So once that was done, I decided I also wanted to put an edge on this just to really help draw the eye into the center of the card. It's almost like it's matted on another layer, but it's just colored on the edge. So I did that on all four sides, smearing it out just as I did with the polka dots, and that is my background for my pink popsicle. I pulled out last year's Distress Mica Crayons, and I am using Crooked Broomstick, rubbing the crayon directly on my finger and then rubbing that onto my popsicle stick, giving it just a littlest hint of brown on there. And I thought that was a super fun touch. All right, this die set, the Popsicle die set, does have a sentiment in it that is, "You're the coolest." So the coolest part is this scripty font. I love that, with a shadow layer. And then this one is more of a like typed font. So I love the mix of the two. And so I am die cutting that from some cardstock I had in my stash that I felt matched pretty well to the bauble, the, what is it? Frosted bauble? You know, what I use for my polka dots. That one. Yeah, so now I can add my popsicle with some foam squares to my background and my sentiment as well. It's going to overlap the popsicle, which the glue needs a little bit of time to really adhere to that textury Snowfall Grit Paste. So I am using two acrylic blocks on top so it can press down and hold it there for me, so I don't have to hold it there, you know, for a minute with my fingers. And then this is an A7 size card, so 5 by 7 inches. I mounted that on so it had a nice white border all the way around. And now we're going to work on the card for my second popsicle. I hope you can see some of the shimmer in that mica still. It shines, and I love that it shines through that grit paste. Okay, for my second background, I'm using the Cocktail Party crayon, and I thought I would make a striped background. Now, some people might opt to use a ruler here, but I'm not very good with a ruler. I'm a like creative type, not an A-type personality. So for me, I have more fun and it's more enjoyable if I just go for it. So that's what I did. And I am smearing them out. I decided it might be a little bit easier to smear these out if I did a few at a time, because they're easier to smear out while they're still wet. Believe it or not, the crayon is quote unquote wet and does dry, even though it feels very much like a color crayon. It's very soft. It's so fun to rub this over the paper. It just glides. So there is my finished smeary background with the edge done as well. And now I needed some cardstock that matched my background to die cut my sentiment. This is from scrapbook.com. This is the Inspire die set, and there's the words "Sweet Life." Now, scrapbook.com is the one who sent me the products today from the Distress Christmas release. They're going to have this entire bundle available for you in the shop, so be sure to check that out. I'll have it linked for you below. And look at that. I added some splatter. I liked it so much, I did it on the second card, and let me show you how I did it. Actually, the first card. There is a mask in the stencil set that I used to create the actual popsicle, and you can put that over the top when you're like me and decide after the fact that you want to add splatter. So that's what I did on both of those, using the same exact Distress Mica that I used to color my snow / popsicle. So there is the word "Sweet Life." Now, these are very skinny letters. I just decided to press the ends of the letters down onto the background. They're too small to like add dimension to them, so it seems to work just fine. And this one is getting mounted to also a 5 by 7 card base. So there are the two cards. I would love to know, which of these flavors do you like best? Or which card do you like best? I feel like maybe the one on the left is watermelon. The one on the right could be like pistachio or something. Mint. Yeah. Anyways, there are my two popsicles. I think these products are so versatile. You're going to find yourself using them throughout the year. I know I will. I think the Snowfall Grit Paste is lots of fun. If you have any clever ideas on how to use it, leave it in the comments below so we can all read about it. And I would love to chat with you there. I thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you all again very soon with a new video. Happy stamping. Bye.